Well, there's a movie on Netflix that actually became like number 5 in Canada, supposedly. And it's been out since what, 2019?
Yeah. So when you said watch this, I thought it was a new movie.
Well, it showed kind of like new for you, and it showed it to me on Netflix. So I thought, oh, and I didn't realize what year it was made, but I recognized the title, and so I said, oh, okay, let's give this a shot, because there was nothing else on Netflix at all.
Okay.
Inside Man.
So this is an actual sequel to the 2006 Spike Lee movie starring Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Clive Owens.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, Clive Owens.
Okay, I didn't see it.
What's her name was in it? Jodie Foster was also in it.
Oh yeah? I didn't watch any Spike Lee movies back then.
This was not a typical Spike Lee movie. And it was really good. I've watched it many times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because everybody who talks about it says it was epic.
Yeah. Inside Man is a fantastic movie to watch.
Okay. Now, fortunately for me, this sequel is a standalone.
Yes, it mentions the first one, but you don't need to know it.
You don't have to know the first one at all. In fact, I found out that it was a sequel afterwards, and it was a standalone movie. Okay.
Yep.
Starring people, I can't remember their names. They're just characters, actors from somewhere. They have weird names.
A Will Smith wannabe.
Oh, no. If you had Will Smith and Kevin Hart have a baby...
This would be him. Like, even the mannerisms, like his voice and everything he was taught, like just the quirky smile sometimes that Will Smith used to do when he was younger and all that. This was him. Yeah. I kept on saying, you know what? If Will Smith hadn't slapped somebody in the Oscar, he would have been in this movie.
Maybe. And it would have done a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, this was just forgotten. It was at the beginning of the whole pandemic thing, or before that?
Before.
What's your bottom line if you fail to reach an agreement? Effective negotiators can control the outcome.
I've put into motion the perfect bank robbery. The how and the why are for you to solve.
First and foremost, the hostages all safe.
Can we talk some?
It's not complicated.
So this is basically a bank heist, and some negotiators are brought in to try to calm the situation down because there are hostages.
And everything that the bank robbers are doing are replicating a previous famous bank robbery. Mm-hmm. And we don't know why they're doing it or what the reasoning behind it till much later, obviously, in the movie.
I don't think we have to be too careful with spoilers, do we?
It's a 5-year-old movie.
It's a 5-year-old movie, but it just came on Netflix, so people might want to watch it.
Or did it just reissue on Netflix again, kind of thing?
I don't know. Okay.
So as a standalone movie, what did you think?
It was perfectly standalone. Yeah. Okay, I didn't have to see anything else for this. Mm-hmm. It's like it's not a sequel.
Yeah.
Now, as for the things I enjoyed and disliked, I thought the actors were okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The main bank robber, I enjoyed her performance. The two negotiators, while the Will Smith was a little bit, is this going to be like a quirky comedy thing, or because he was really over the top with the comedy at the beginning, and the woman negotiator was very militaristic.
Yeah.
She's very stoic. Okay. Regardless, I still enjoyed their performance as well. But the major fall of this movie for me was that you kind of knew the twist, or one of the twists, very early. You put it together. You say, oh, okay, well, this bad guy is actually a good guy. And they want you to get little hints along the way and figure it out. But I think it would have been a lot better if at the end it was kind of like The Usual Suspects, and everything is done for you in a very interesting way where you go, oh my god, I can put it together.
Or even the flashbacks would have been done at the end and not during. Mm-hmm. So they're giving us all these hints of, yeah, it's not really that bad a person. Now, the secondary bad guys, the main villain, I didn't like those guys at all as far as their character, and like, he's just too over the top. I'm an evil guy. He's shooting his own people.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, really no reason.
Well, the rest of the crew was just put together to do this.
Yeah.
And they weren't part of the main bad guys that were organizing this thing from Germany.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't care about them.
No, but
He was probably going to kill them afterwards anyway.
you didn't want to leave those people alive in these places to be able to trace back to you. Like, the whole decision making is dumb in that. And then we have the whole ending thing. And did anyone not think something was going to happen at one point?
Well, if we're not doing spoilers, you can't just say that. Because
Are we doing spoilers?
Might as well.
Okay. Well, we have one of the negotiators is locked in a cell, and the bad guy gets locked in the cell, and he's shaking the shell, and it's filling with water because they've blown up. That's how they're going to get away, kind of thing, and hide everything. But like, they keep showing this loose screw over and over again, and then the other negotiator comes down and he starts rescuing the other one. Oh, I wonder if he's going to get out and come behind him. Like, it's paint by numbers at that point. There was no surprise in that one at all. You know what I mean?
One thing I didn't like is to do the tunneling out of the bank. They're up against the Hudson River. And when they make the hole, the whole river starts flooding in. And then it seems like, okay, the next day when everything is finished, everything is bone dry.
Yeah.
It's not like the river just came into the street in the bank. Everything is bone dry and they're picking through dust. I didn't like that. I also didn't like at the end, they say, oh, well, the main negotiator meets the bad guy in a dark warehouse district. Okay. And then all the main bad guys come. And then, oh, it's an ambush by the police. I thought that was way too easy.
Yeah.
Way too easy. They got the major crime syndicate like that.
Yeah, it would have been better had they had like a whole Interpol thing and they actually went to Germany and caught them there, like tracked them that way somehow. They led them back to them instead of this warehouse thing where he came to the United States. So, yeah.
Well, the main boss would not just go out there in the open.
I just want to make sure this gold is real, and the whole way they hid the gold was so easy to see. Now it was. Maybe it would work in real life.
Yeah, it was okay, interesting.
You know, but it's not as good as the first one was. And I saw the first one. Like, the whole twist of the first one was really good.
Yeah, but if we don't compare it to the first one.
No. But it's a sequel to that one. And even the character from the first one is in this one, sort of. Like, their characters talked about a lot. And the whole reason behind the whole heist is that person. So, still... the first one epic, this one just okay.
This one felt like quite low budget.
Yeah.
It felt like a streaming movie. However, it was still an enjoyable movie.
It was okay, yeah. I didn't cringe all the way through it or anything like that. I go, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I was still watching. I was curious to see how this time they would get the gold out, that kind of thing. But, yeah, as far as the actual plot points and everything, it's paint by numbers, a lot of it.
Yeah, quite a bit. And ironically, I was quite interested in maybe following the villain in this one, who was semi-villain, into the next movie. Because they said, oh, I'd hate to be the people she's going after now, kind of thing. And I think that could be kind of like Atomic Blonde-esque.
It could.
You know, John Wick going after the bad guys kind of thing. I think it could be good. If they wanted to make a franchise.
It could. It's a possible. Like, she was a good enough actress to do it.
Yeah, I enjoyed her role in it.
But it was okay. That's a pretty big compliment for a Netflix film these days.
Yeah, but now I have to go watch the Spike Lee movie.
Yeah, you do, because it's better.
Well, it might be better, but it's like,
Denzel Washington, Jodie Foster, Clive Owen. Come on.
I do like Denzel Washington a lot.
Yeah.
And I just remember not being interested in Spike Lee movies back in the day.
Yeah, but this is not a Spike Lee movie. When you think of Spike Lee movie, you think Boys in the Hood, that kind of movie. This is completely different. Completely different. So it's a sequel to the first one that you don't have to watch. But watch the first one, because it is actually much better. Like it's great, but I mean... And, but